Hey, all you basketball players out there, how often do you think of faking on defense? Using fakes on defense is really a simple skill, but far too few players have it in their game. And adding fakes into your game can help you stand out on the defensive end of the floor as a high IQ player and help you build your confidence on that end of the floor. Let's jump in and discuss. Welcome back to Hard Smart Together. I'm Coach Dave. I'm here every week to help basketball players become the smart, confident players that coaches love. So as you continue on this journey of building this stable confidence and building stable confidence in your game, you're going to want to add in, really simple skills that only high IQ players have. Only smart, confident players have in their game. And one of those skills is fakes on the defensive end. And, there's far too few players that actually have defensive fakes in their game and think the game like that, actually dictate what the offense can do, influence what the offense can do based on being deceptive and putting fakes in their defensive game. And if you add fakes to your game, you're going to turn out to be one of those players that coaches just can't keep off the floor because you're such a defensive, threat to the other team and you're such a defensive asset. You're going to be one of those players that coaches describe as, they're just such a smart player. They're such a smart player, I can't keep them off the floor. And I want you to be that player. So today we're going to talk about several areas that you could put fakes into your defense and implement this new skill. So, you've got to think of your defense not as being passive, but it needs to be active. You need to influence what the offense does. So you need to be a defensive threat on the court. Okay? It's not enough that you're just sprinting back on defense and guarding your man and maybe communicating with your teammates, maybe being in the help lane. It's not enough. You need to be an active threat on defense. So these are some of the ways that, there's more, but I'm going to give you a few of the ways that you can throw fakes into your defensive game. So let's say you're guarding the ball. Okay? You're guarding the ball. You could fake that you are overly concerned with the ball handler as a shooter. So maybe you are overplaying a little bit. Okay, maybe you're getting a little close because that tells them, oh, they're really concerned about my shot, and that's going to open up a drive. But all the while, you know that you're actually just kind of faking the overplay, getting just a little too close, but the whole time you are prepared for the drive and you're ready to recover and guard the drive. Keeps them from shooting, influences them to drive, and you're there and prepared to recover. You're ready for it because you're the one that's influencing it. You're throwing a little deception in there. Maybe when you're guarding the ball, you want the ball handler to go a certain direction. Maybe that's because of, that's where the help is in your, team's defensive philosophy. Or maybe that that's the ball handler's weak hand. You've scouted this player that you're playing against. So you fake that you're overplaying to a side to influence the offense to go the other direction. All the while, that they're going to go that direction and you're prepared to recover and cut off the drive, or you're prepared to send them straight into a trap, or you're prepared to send them straight into your help, whatever the case might be. But you can be deceptive. You can fake on defense to influence which direction they're going. Hey, I'll get back to the episode in just a second. I hope you're enjoying today's episode, and if you are, please share it. Share it with a player, share it with a parent, share it with a coach, anybody that you feel might need to hear it. I also wanted to give you a free gift that I've made available to you just for hanging out with me today. It's a checklist of skills for basketball players that want to become a better player, a better teammate, and to stand out to their coaches. Now, these skills are skills that are often overlooked, but they can be the foundation that a player can use to really achieve their goals. You can download it at hardsmarttogether.com/intangibles. I'll put a link below in the description as well, but it's hardsmarttogether.com/intangibles. Now let's jump back to today's episode. Maybe you're off the ball, but on the ball side, and you fake to the ball handler that you're coming over to double team. All the while knowing that you're not coming over to double team, you're just faking a double team, and you're prepared to recover real quickly, which might influence them to not drive that direction or to make an ill-advised pass. All the time you're going to recover, you're going to be in the passing lane, you might get a deflection or a steal. So you can fake a double team. The same thing if your team plays a zone. You can fake within a zone. Maybe in the zone, you have kind of a certain area that you're covering people, and you can fake that you're kind of leaving that zone, all the while knowing what that's going to, influence the offense to do, and then you can recover to cut off a drive. Maybe you're faking that you're going for a steal, but you're not really going for a steal. You're there to recover, and then forces an ill-advised pass. You get a deflection, you get a steal, whatever the case might be. So you can use deception and you can fake on defense even when you're playing a zone. Maybe you're playing a post player. Maybe you're playing post defense and you're faking that you're really concerned about the entry pass and you're maybe overplaying for the entry pass. All the while you know that maybe your team's defensive philosophy is you've got to stay between your man, the post player, and the basket, and you want to defend the basket. Well, that doesn't mean you have to just telegraph the fact that you're going to be between the man and the basket. You can fake the overplay, knowing all the while that you can recover. You can get between them and the basket. You're prepared because you are influencing. You're being an active defender. You're being a threat on defense, which can get you steals, that can get you in better position to guard in the post. Maybe on a press. Maybe you're the back person on a press. And, typically the person that's back on a press is, given instructions to, their teammates ahead because they have a view of the whole floor. But maybe you fake that you've kind of drifted off to a side, all the while knowing that you are influencing maybe an ill-advised pass that you can get to. Or you fake that you don't see that player over in the corner that they might, try and break the press by going to. All the while knowing that that player's there and that you can recover and you can either guard them or get a deflection or get a steal. So these fakes that you throw in on defense, coaches, fans, everybody watches you play defense and goes, man, this is a player, this is a high IQ player. They're always in the passing lane. They're always one step ahead of the offense. They influence the offense. They're just a really high IQ defensive player when all the while you're just being a threat on defense. You're using your ability to think ahead to influence what the offense is doing and become a better defender, and therefore you become much more confident in your defense. So, that's your tip for today. I want you to start implementing this skill. I also want you to let me know how it goes. Come back and leave a comment below if this is something that you've started implementing in your game, or maybe you already do, and how that works for you, how that gets you, more playing time, more steals, more deflections, makes you a better defender. Always like the likes too, but love the comments. So until next week, remember to play hard, play smart, and play together. See you next week.